Blessed be and merry meet wildlings. We're here to do our May preview. We didn't do the April preview because I was really busy with stuff between moving and everything that's going on in the world. Just didn't really find time, but we're here this month. We're going to be making up for it with a new format. Those of you who follow me on Instagram or are members of my blog know that every Thursday I release a rune spread and some information about a different rune. And these are all from a bunch of collections of rune spreads that I have based off of the Elder Futhark. And we're going to use one of those today to discuss what's coming in for us this May. You may hear a bunch of noise going on. I'm in a parking lot right now. We had to move unexpectedly, and this is just where we are while we're getting settled on our way across the country. So if things get loud, don't worry about it too much. But otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. Now this is going to be a general reading for everybody in the collective, which means it's going to be for a whole lot of people. And so that may not all resonate. If it doesn't, just go ahead and let that go, and we will carry forward with what does resonate. That is too many cards. Do you see that? Hey. No. Dubert. Okay, so bottom of the deck we have the Three of Bows. So there's a lot of balance and integration that's going to be going on that's going to allow us to reach a higher level of happiness and be closer to our overall goals. The energies that we're carrying forward from last month are we are letting go of things that were traditional or that we were used to, and I feel like for a lot of people that is very much something that happened over April. We had to let go of jobs, houses, the way we were living on a day-to-day basis. I know, for instance, my dad goes out to eat a lot. He hasn't been able to do that as much as he likes. So we've just been letting go of things that we were used to doing, which happens. It's just part of the world. What we're going to be letting in is actually letting go of is what they're telling me in my head. We're letting go of negative circumstances, things that were emotionally restrictive or that made us feel drained or sad or not seen. We'll be going into more of these energies later on, so overall we're learning how to get around frustrations and find success. Things probably haven't been going particularly well for us, and they may not for the month of May. We may experience a couple challenges, but overall it's going to be showing us that we have the ability to overcome the challenges in the first place, so that's important. These coalesce in showing us how to let go of boundaries and negative circumstances and patterns that just aren't serving us or working into our overall well-being or higher good, and those are always good things. Learning to let go of stuff that is restrictive and holds us back, and how to overcome challenges because we don't weigh as much because we've let go of things. Seems to be the overall message here. But let's go ahead and look more into this Nine of Stones. Let's see what's being carried forward for us from the month of April. Yeah. I feel like for a lot of us some stuff was revealed. It may be a little bit blinding, the stuff that was revealed, because we're being distracted from the good that was brought about by it, and that happens sometimes. Try to refocus on, instead of everything that we've lost, let's look at all the things that we've gained. Like, we've gained a lot more time at home with our family, and to do introspection and those sort of things, and so that can get us pretty far in the long run too. Some other energies I'm seeing carried forward from April is that we did a lot of introspection, as I was just saying. We looked inside of ourselves and we realized that maybe things weren't going as well as we hoped they would. And so we're doing a little bit of redirecting and trying to figure out what we actually do want, and letting go of things that are holding us back or limiting us in the interim. And so those are things that we realized in April, that we are being held back by some ideas or other people, sometimes even ourselves is what I'm hearing, just negative, codependent, bad thoughts, just holding ourselves back with how we think and how we feel. And we're learning how to redirect that, and we're learning how to remake things in the way that we want them to. Go ahead and clarify. This Queen of Vessels. Like I said, we were learning to let go of negative feelings and detrimental negative patterns, which I feel like has been kind of a trending theme for the past year for a lot of people. I didn't feel like those resonated. We'll keep going. Got a little bit distracted with my thoughts there, so we'll just... Okay. So things that we're learning how to do is we're learning how to move forward from what appears like calamity or disaster or major change in a positive way, and we're going to redirect that to go in the direction that we actually want to go, instead of the direction that we just were sort of existing in before because it was comfortable and it was where we were. Like I said, negative emotional patterns, things that are holding us back, just negative attachments that just don't serve us. I feel like that's reflected here as well with this. Any sort of negative pattern or attachment that is actually harmful to us, we have learned to recognize that, and we are learning to cut that out because we are determining that the ultimate pattern or formula for our happiness doesn't include those things. And so being able to move forward without fear of the future, or just believing that, you know, maybe things fell apart because they were supposed to get better after all, I can believe that. That's something that we're being asked to believe in, is to believe that things got better for a reason. Okay. Our overall challenge or message. Clarify. We were told that we were learning how to move past obstacles and to succeed at our goal despite being held back by circumstances around us. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that we're definitely moving forward. We're making progress towards our goals despite the situations that are going on around us. And we are doing this by learning to find inner balance, and we are mastering our sense of place. And we're not allowing conflict and petty disagreements and things that other people just don't see coming together for us to hold us back in that regard anymore. I feel like maybe that used to be something that we were doing before. That's part of this tradition that's being let go of. And we're just not doing that anymore. That's just not acceptable. We're working on things that we actually want to work on, and we're trying to find that perfect balance for ourselves instead of other people. And that's a little bit burdensome because we're having to bear the realization that we were doing things for other people to begin with. Which can be a bit heavy. It's a bit hard to do sometimes to accept that some of the place that we're in, we brought on ourselves. Maybe we could have already been trying to achieve all of these goals that are featured here, but we chose to hold on to things, ideas, people, places, thoughts, feelings that just didn't serve us, and really limited us in the long run. I feel drawn to use this deck again. How do these things coalesce? What is their overall importance? Ooh, yeah. We're letting go of the victim mindset. We're letting go of blame. We're letting go of manipulation and guises and having to plot out and plan everything. We're accepting that you can't plot out and you can't plan everything. You just have to sort of take responsibility for what you need to take responsibility for and do what you need to do and hope that the universe has your back in the rest of it. And that can be a really tough lesson. Hey, Brown and my cats. He's not doing nothing to you. Okay, so definitely what I'm seeing is that there were challenges that were brought about in April that are sort of carrying forward into the month of May. There's some minor calamities and some sort of, it's tumultuous, but we're definitely going to be able to overcome that so long as we refocus on things that are positive and that we have control over. Learning to do that is a skill in and of itself, and so maybe that's the skill that we're being driven to learn, and if not, you're just being motivated to become more thorough at it. And ultimately the goal is we're just breaking patterns that don't serve us. We're breaking the victim mindset, we're breaking narcissistic behavior, we're changing things that weren't working out for us before, and that's a good thing. We don't like being stuck in negative patterns that don't serve us. Keep those, they say. Cool. If we can accomplish this, we will find that we are much more direct and motivated towards our goals. We find that the way towards them is easier and more clear, and that we also see the direction that we should take more thoroughly. I know for myself that even towards the end of this month, I'm starting to feel this energy coming in, because I've been spending April doing a little bit of restock and making sure that what I'm carrying forward with into the upcoming year is something that I actually want to carry forward with. And overall, this is going to give us a whole lot of self-empowerment. If you've been seeking divine masculine alignment, I'm hearing that this is something that's going to actually finally happen for you. You're going to be motivated and directed towards your goals, not somebody else's goals or goals that are being suggested for you by circumstance. These are going to be things that you actually want to do and are motivated to do on your own. And so that's a really wonderful and beautiful thing. Okay, and so that's what I see coming for us. My dear friends, my wildlings, for the month of May. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed time, and you're staying safe with everything going on. Please feel free to check out my website, www.rabbitandwolfdivination.com, or check me out on Instagram at rabbitandwolfdivination for more content like this. Otherwise, just check out my other videos. We'll talk to you later. Bye.